Welcome to day 10 of Advent. So we are going to read these words over here. No room for Jesus. All right. When they got to Bethlehem, that would be a very pregnant Mary and Joseph. We don't know how they got there. There were many people in Bethlehem. They were very tired, but there was no place for them to stay. No room. No room. Let's read the account in the Bible. Okay, so we're in Luke chapter 2. And if you remember, this is a historical account. So we can look at history books and see that these facts can be confirmed. About that time, Caesar Augustus ordered a census to be taken throughout his empire, the empire. This was the first census when, that's a hard word, Quirinius, I don't know how to pronounce that, was governor of Syria. So we can look in the records and see when that was. Everyone had to travel to his own ancestral hometown to be accounted for. So Joseph went from the Galilean town of Nazareth up to Bethlehem in Judah, David's town, for the census. So all the people needed to be counted. And they had to walk pretty far, but I forgot to look it up and see how many miles it was before I turned on my camera phone. As a descendant of David, he had to go there. He went with Mary, his fiancée, who was pregnant, and a virgin, I might like to add. While they were there, the time came for her to give birth. She gave birth to a son, her firstborn. She wrapped him in a blanket and laid him in a manger because there was no room in the hostel, which means the inn or the hotel or the place where people were staying, because everyone had to travel there. But that gives me some interesting thoughts, because I think the King of all kings comes, and most kings are born in palaces with a whole bunch of finery and special things, and they live a life of luxury. But the King of all kings came and was born very commonly. And recently, whenever Rochelle was having Broly, she had him very quickly. I saved my visitor pass because we arrived at the hospital at 22:42, which is 10:42, and Broly came out at 10:59. He came out, that's in 18 minutes. So he came out very quickly. And I think that there comes a time in your pregnancy when Rochelle was waiting, we were waiting for a place to go upstairs to the OB room, and she did not think she was going to make it. And so she was ready to give birth right then, right there. She's ready to do the deal. When a baby's coming, a baby is coming. So I am very thankful for God's humanity, that he came in a common family. And that's a very interesting way to do it. So now we are going to do the chocolate part. Does anyone see the number 10? I do notice that there's a stable, and they say that baby Jesus, well, they call it a manger, or some people call it a stable, but it probably was more like a cave. And if I had a point, I forgot it. So let's do number 10. Oh boy. Well, it's an elephant. I don't think there were any elephants in the cave, but I bet it was kind of smelly in there. I don't know. It probably was. All animals make a smell. What I like to say is, can you imagine somebody putting a newborn baby in a dog food bowl? That's basically what a manger was, is it was a place where the animals were fed. At least that's what I've heard. So I don't get a very good picture of Mr. Elephant today. He has a long nose and big ears. And he goes back into his package. So I guess God wants all of us, but he gives us an opportunity to receive him. So the question today is, do you have room? So how could you not have room for God himself? But he's allowed the door to be there, and he lets you open it. He gives you a choice or part of the procedure. Now, really, you could only open the door if he was calling you. But he gives us the opportunity to respond to him. All right, well, that's all for today. All right, I love you. I love you very much.